gonna get right underway. Cloud9, their first time here on the main stream. G2 looking to continue their run. Chicago off the touch from Rizzo off the backboard. Has that one up. JNAPS takes the opposite angle. Puts it out to the corner. Rizzo keeping it in play as well.
Already early pressure coming out from G2. The boost stealing. You can even see Squishy there. Not much boost in the tank. They're trying to stay alive. But again, JNAPS sending this deep. Early chance.
Rizzo almost finding the touch. Both players expecting the other to get to it first. Looking for the read. Rizzo back over to Chicago. Takes it past the corner. Rizzo is over two Cloud9 defenders. Shot on and it's blocked by Gimmick.
But this is exactly what the desk was talking about. The G2 pressure, the attack, the overwhelming force on offense if they can get control of that boost game, and they have so far. And Cloud9's just been fighting to get out of their own half.
And Gimmick, he does try to clear this out. Gimmick, one of the players on Cloud9 that just seemingly wins every challenge he's put behind. Cloud9 are just known for being able to march down the field with one man and then having the two teammates clean things up. G2 trying to take a shot in front of the box, but bounces between three players. That's a give to JNAPS off the crossbar. Chicago up for this. That's off the crossbar and in. Chicago scores for G2.
The overwhelming pressure finally breaks through the Cloud9 defense. Chicago across his body shot. Crossbar down. That was a tough angle for him, but he does it. You could even see the little wheel wiggle in celebration on his back after getting that one. G2 coming out of the gate hot.
And Cloud9 were just flat-footed in the box with several shots coming off the crossbar, not knowing how fast the next rebound is coming their way. G2 start off strong. That one bounced up. Chicago gonna take this up for G2 off the ceiling, but the pass going to be to nobody as Gimmick kicks it back down to the orange half. Off the backboard, the rebound picked up, but challenged and knocked away. And G2 are just pressing right now, James. Every little bit of hang time the ball has, they are up to go for it here against Cloud9.
I mean, you even saw Gimmick had full boost, and he wasn't really able to get the ball out of his own half or start the counterattack, but now Torment will just take matters into his own hands.
Torment, the first touch, he comes off the ceiling. Gimmick makes that challenge, and Torment still falling down and makes the touch.
And it looked like a defender even got a piece of that ball. Torment, why was he even up there? Manages to make the read, and we're tied up.
He went up to the ceiling to get down faster. He's like, oh, look, Gimmick passed it to me. Neat. The tie game for Cloud9. Rizzo, the dump off. Squishy back to Gimmick for Cloud9. It's saved by JNAPS. Rizzo on the cross as well. G2 with Chicago on point.
And that's something that makes Cloud9 so dangerous, is Gimmick at the midfield waiting to kickstart that counterattack. Torment, that time he was the spearhead, the final thrust to get the goal. But Cloud9 can kick it into high gear and score on you in a split second if you leave them an opening.
Squishy running with this and challenged again by Rizzo. Rizzo carrying this from midfield. Rizzo has it off the crossbar, and Squishy will punt it back to his own corner. JNAPS keeps it alive for G2 across the box to Chicago. Off the backboard, down and away. Rizzo has it free in the third, and it's just wide of the post. Squishy had it covered. Cloud9 will look to carry this out.
Squishy was well positioned there. Not much boost, but now a chance on the other end. The delayed shot. Gimmick getting the go-ahead goal.
Gimmick, plenty of options. Starts with Squishy, wins the first challenge, and Gimmick has
that
all day. Comes straight down, pops it out, makes it as tough as possible for the defender.
He jumps early, Jorby, so he can freeze the defender in net. As soon as he saw that defender was frozen and he had space, he takes his time, gets back to the ground, and shooting off the bounce, that gave him so many options on where to go with it. And it was just a smart play from Gimmick to get Cloud9 the lead.
Squishy kicks this off the back wall. G2 now, about a minute left. Have to tie it up. JNAPS following this back, but now it's Cloud9's ball. Torment can't slow it down against Chicago, and Rizzo picks it up. Rizzo with JNaps following closely, coming off the back wall. Gimmick around the corner. JNaps, he's by one, gets by two. The demo sneaks it through. JNaps ties the game for G2.
JNaps, he was trying to get physical here. Watch this play. Passes, and then he gets the demo, and then also gets the deflection in front of net. JNaps will take that. G2 getting a little bit fortunate there. But sometimes when you throw yourself at the other team, good things happen, and you will certainly take those as a G2 fan.
Chicago, who's been really an enabler for his team. JNaps back over to Chicago. Has it against the back wall. Rizzo shot clean, and G2 have a lead.
And what a swing! Cloud9 was fighting on their back foot, then they get the 2 back-to-back goals, and now G2 responds with 2 back-to-back goals of their own. Rizzo, he has been such a presence on the offensive side of the ball for G2, keeping that streak going in game 1 against Cloud9.
And Cloud9 were able to respond with 2 goals to take the lead. G2 respond with 2 of their own. Chicago over from Rizzo, and it's caught and knocked away by Torment. JNaps just keeping that in the corner and locked for Cloud9. Rizzo from midfield. JNaps can't find the touch. Torment back over to Squishy. Cloud9, quick transition. The shot just wide of the post. Trying to work their way into G2's net. And Gimmick, he's challenged there. Torment. One more chance here for Gimmick. Roller of a shot. Cloud9 score!
The deadly Cloud9 counterattack strikes yet again. Torment scoping out Gimmick, and Gimmick with a laser beam, keeping it low, hitting the corner. That shot from Gimmick will put Cloud9 in a spot to win this game.
3 seconds left. Back and forth, a shootout. Oh, way off the crossbar! I believe, James.
Gimmick so close. Had he played the miss, he might have been able to get that. Now off the kickoff, saved by Gimmick.
Well, the energy doesn't stop with both of these teams. Torment from midfield. Up high, caught by JNaps. And he just kicks it down back to Cloud9 territory. Chicago picks this up from his own corner. Torment on the challenge, puts it close to the box. Carrying it away with JNaps, but he can't handle it. Gimmick still in the way, harassing Rizzo for the ball. Rizzo comes away. Torment and Gimmick both getting in Rizzo's way. JNaps taking, and he misses in midfield. Rizzo has the chance back in midfield, back to JNaps and G2. Now in Cloud9's corner, there's Chicago, blocked away, but G2 continue the march forward. Squishy against Rizzo, and it's Torment off the back wall to try to clear it away. Chicago dumps it down to JNaps off the corner. Back to Chicago. Score for G2. Game 1.
That reaction time from Chicago. Not much boost in the tank, but he sees the pass coming off the corner. He waits for it, times his jump perfectly, and Chicago gets that game winner. This was a bare-knuckle brawl in game 1.
This goal right here, just a great challenge.
He was on the ground for a split second, Jordan.
It jumped so fast to get to it. That's something this weekend that so many players have done almost every single time, is how fast they get to the air nowadays. It's really incredible how fast these players are now. And Chicago really stepping up in a big way this weekend. In their earlier game against Rogue, he was setting up his teammates to score. It was Rizzo scoring the goals and Chicago being the one to pass the ball. And now Chicago getting involved with scoring, as we know he can do. G2 just seemingly continue to ramp up.
And they ramped up at the end, but Cloud9, it was so back and forth. This game was incredibly close. To me, it seemed like the control of G2 versus the counter-attacking power of Cloud9. Cloud9, even when they were being pushed back in their own half, forced to make these saves, they still stayed in this game. Now imagine if they can break out and get boost. Cloud9, they were looking good, but G2 kept them down and managed to get that win. What a performance from G2.
Cloud9 will score a flurry of goals. G2 have to be on their toes at all times. Game number 2. And again, this is to get to day 3, this series.
You're absolutely right, Jorby. Chicago, there's still been questions about him coming in to replace a big name in Kronovi. Big shoes to fill, but so far this past season and in this DreamHack event in Dallas, he has been showing us that he's filling those shoes.
G2 off the kickoff. Want to start with the siege on Cloud9's net. It's back in midfield. Rizzo can't play it in. It's only to Squishy. Squishy high off the back wall, just above on the backboard. JNAP's now trying to play it away. Torment on the catch, challenged as well. Just G2 are on top of Cloud9 all over the pitch. This time, Squishy wins over to Gimmick. Rizzo, not the best touch. He needs some help, and Chicago gives him just that. Cloud9 starting to lock down midfield here in the first minute.
This is a change of pace from game one. Now a missed touch, and Gimmick will pounce on that. The first goal going to Cloud9.
Go up for this. Rizzo wanted that touch. He didn't get it. Then Chicago is trying to tee that up for JNAP, but too much power, too far forward. Chicago couldn't get there in time.
Perhaps the better idea would have just been to let JNAPs take that clear. It was a good idea, but you had Gimmick just waiting in the middle, waiting for a missed touch like that. And he punished him. Now another chance for Cloud9.
On the pass denied here by Rizzo, or the shot from the pass. Chicago on the point. I like the idea from Chicago. He had Torment not evenly spaced there between him and the corner, and he opted to just bang it off the corner. It didn't work that time. Good response. Good reaction by Cloud9. Cut off in midfield. Rizzo doesn't have anything there in the corner. Squishy challenged against Chicago. And Gimmick back to this. He actually gets a clean touch back to the corner. Rizzo racing back to grab the boost and get the ball back, and now fighting Torment for possession. Chicago coming in to help. Rizzo comes back to it, gives way for JNAPs. JNAPs to Chicago. Broken up by Torment. And again, JNAPs and Rizzo both racing back in the corner. Gimmick, a double tap against the back wall. Nothing materializing for Cloud9 there.
For Cloud9, they continue to amp it up. It has been a different story than game one, where they were stuck most of the time in their own half. Cloud9 bringing it to G2 in game two.
Chicago off the ceiling. And G2 breaking out of midfield. Gimmick takes this away. One man to beat for Gimmick. Going under, looking for the bump with the Chicago. Chicago steady. And able to put it out to the corner, and another save again off the shot from Torment.
And we've seen Gimmick do that now a couple of times, where he just takes the space in the air to try to freeze the defender. We'll see if G2 starts calling his bluff, but Gimmick keeps on the attack and gets the second for Cloud9.
It bounces right for Gimmick. Chicago can't get it off the side wall. JNAPs wasn't expecting Chicago to miss. He wanted to be following Chicago closely so they could move down the field. Instead, the whiff was his worst nightmare, and Gimmick takes advantage.
Another defensive mistake from G2, leading to a Cloud9 goal. Gimmick has been a nightmare for G2, like a shark that smells blood in the water. But now on the other end, JNAP's getting one.
Oh, this has been an interesting game, too, to say the least. The challenge from Rizzo. JNAP straight up beats the defender in midfield.
And it looked like Squishy had turned towards the boost as soon as that shot came on, instead of circling back towards net. So the net was vulnerable for a quick second there. This time Cloud9 having a little bit of a wonky defensive rotation. That cost them. And G2 now within striking distance.
And they're certainly thankful for it, as both Cloud9 goals came off of G2 missed touches up for JNAPs to make the save. Cloud9 looking to regain their insurance. But JNAPs takes this away and forces the challenge in midfield. Gimmick playing this out to the corner, a bouncer off the ramp. And he has a win in midfield. Following it still, Gimmick, another win. The follow-up not forthcoming, and JNAPs will take it back. Chicago off the back wall. And turned away again. Gimmick has been real fast in game two. Trying to set his team up for success. They retain this lead right now. But
and even last game, Jorby, that goal to tie it up to force overtime coming out of Gimmick. Gimmick He just seems to be that lead on the counterattack and just the attack in general right now for Cloud9.
A shot, a triple come in by Cloud9. Chicago slaps it in their face. Tie game.
The triple commit, you called it. Let's look at it. All three players jumping up. Torment looked like he got a double bump on his teammates. The pressure from G2 coming back. And G2 tying it up, less than a minute to go.
Well, game 2 has been a debacle of errors by both teams, but it's been no less exciting for the fact.
And now another defensive error, fortunately for G2. Nobody from Cloud9 immediately there to put a shot on net.
Gimmick trying to handle it in his own corner. JNAS picks this up. Once Chicago, Squishy there quickly, and he gets a touch on his way out. Torment has a shot. The net is open. Cloud9 score.
And this one bounces up. You can see it here on the challenge. Rizzo going for the hit. It bounces up off Squishy. Chicago didn't get a great angle on his jump, and JNAPS was too far out of rotation to get back. So Squishy being able to get that touch, that's what allowed that goal to take place.
In game 1, it was Cloud9 to score with 3 seconds left to send it to overtime. Can G2 pull similar magic out of their hat? From the defensive third, Squishy punts that one towards the net. Chicago picking this up, back to JNAPS. Squishy off the ceiling in midfield, takes it away from G2. They just have to kill it. JNAPS hits it up. No one from G2 will get there, and Cloud9 tied the series up.
So that was not the prettiest of games, but Cloud9 pull through. A few defensive mistakes on both sides.
A few.
But still, Cloud9 coming in when they were needed. Torment getting that important last goal. And Gimmick, he did a very good job of punishing G2's defensive mistakes early on in this game.
And Rizzo on G2 set up both JNAPS and Chicago for both of their goals. And Rizzo has really played well in this series, has made a lot of touches to break out of midfield and just setting up passing plays for his team. It just wasn't enough. It was those defensive mishaps that killed them. And seeing one right there from Gimmick, and then their last goal where Squishy over in the corner, not expecting that challenge in midfield to go the way it did.
Absolutely. And then the pass down into the middle here, the triple commit, Torment bumping Squishy, which bumped Gimmick, a traffic jam in net, and that gave G2 a chance to get back in it. But then this play, Squishy getting that crucial touch, and Torment ready in the wings to come in and get that game-winning goal.
So game 1, more flash for the shots, than game 2, well, it goes to show you, James, that G2 and Cloud9, as good as these teams are, they are all prone to error, as we all are. Human. But game number 3, the pivot game in this series, the one to take it to match point. Who will it be?
And Gibbs called it in 4, because we know if it goes to game 5,
It's already
G2,
yeah,
it will have been decided.
Well, it starts off with Rizzo squaring up against one. A quick follow-up on the challenge. JNAPS takes this, trying to slow it down in front of the box, but it's knocked away by Torment. Torment losing to Rizzo on the side wall. Gimmick having to face Chicago as well. Squishy up for this. He's got JNAPS to beat. JNAPS and Rizzo making it tough. Rizzo just a slight touch to give G2 the ball. Chicago all over this as well. The G2 pressure looking very reminiscent of game 1.
And you're right, game 1 was all G2, even though that game was incredibly close as well. In terms of possession, G2 really setting the pace. Cloud9 figured it out in game 2, but now game 3, G2 back to setting the tone.
Rizzo, he wants Chicago, but Squishy already cutting off the pass. JNAPS up high for Rizzo. One challenge comes straight down to JNAPS. Gimmick, that slight jump, Chicago bit, and a light shot turned away by Squishy Muffins. A high ball for JNAPS in Chicago. Met again. Cloud9 not privy to letting anything come off that back wall, if they can help it.
Rizzo trying to go for that slow play there. Now on the other end, a chance, in the pressure overwhelming. Cloud9 getting that first goal yet again from this play from Gimmick. Look at the pass.
Great pass over to Torment. And Gimmick on that first touch, Chicago was the man to have to challenge it. And he undercut the ball, jumped just a little bit under it, and Gimmick won it cleanly. If he did get a touch onto it, it was a light one. He didn't even need to touch off the miss.
It was an unusual touch from Gimmick that I think confused the defense.
And so they score again to start off game 3, as they did in game number 2, Cloud9.
And a lot of this offense has been stemming from Gimmick and Torment. Squishy, he's been in the back. He's been doing a solid job of supporting, even playing a role in a few goals. But right now, Gimmick and Torment have been lethal for Cloud9.
Squishy's been key on defense, especially cutting off a lot of passing plays for G2 that they've tried to put together. They either missed the connection or Squishy's just so fast. Up in his own third, making those passes really null and void. He'll take this, but he's demoed. Now JNap's rolling backwards. Throw it away. Torment downfield to pick it up for Cloud9. All squishied up and turned away by Chicago. Chicago downfield blocked out by Gimmick. Now Gimmick blocking out that pass. Squishy takes this downfield. Kicks off the corner. Torment back over to the side. Cloud9. Oh, the dunk from Rizzo. Chicago shot off the crossbar.
Oh, and that was a chance for G2. Just needed to get that shot a little lower, and we would have had a tie game. But Gimmick has been so frustrating for G2. Gimmick recognizing those pass attempts, intercepting them, shutting down all of the lanes. He's been making it very difficult for G2 to get anything going.
Pass right to Torment. It kills any momentum G2 had again. And the passing play, well, Squishy was right there waiting for it. Here's Gimmick off the backboard. Gimmick shoots, and it's right into Rizzo. A chance for Cloud9 to get some insurance. A minute 30 left for G2. JNaps slows this down. Chicago following closely. Now against the corner. Puts this against the back wall. JNaps high. It's blocked by Squishy. So that time, one of the better chances for G2. And Cloud9 still will not fall beyond their net. Rizzo.
And it looks like Cloud9 has G2 on edge. But now a chance.
A loose ball in the box, but Gimmick takes it. And it's thrown away again. 50 seconds for G2. JNaps just trying to get it away from Gimmick. He succeeds. Back to Chicago. JNaps to Rizzo, and a miss, but it gives JNaps a chance at the ball. He gets bumped out of the way. Chicago playing the read from Squishy and makes the challenge. Rizzo coming back off the ceiling. JNaps wants this, but can't get there in time. Cloud9 handle their business and go back to G2 territory once more.
And Torment is wasting so much time. His teammates were low on boost. Not only does he get the stop, but he gets them enough time to go and get 100 boost in the tank. Torment, one of the best third-man players in the game, showing us why right there.
Rizzo over Gimmick. Squishy cuts it off again. 10 seconds to go for G2. Rizzo back to Chicago. JNaps is there! Oh, it's a save off the crossbar! And a save again by Squishy! Cloud9!
What an ending to that game! A nail-biter. G2 off the crossbar. It seemed like they might have had the tying shot, but they just couldn't do it. Cloud9's defense holding strong.
Incredible. 4 saves and 2 big ones at the end of regulation. Cloud9 only 3 shots on net, and they only needed one of them to score. And that was the one right there. The Torment off the pass from Gimmick. A great play from Gimmick on the play.
And then let's take another look at this final second save. Gimmick getting the first save there. It goes off the crossbar. Follow-up from Rizzo. Squishy getting in the way of that one. G2 making it a close one in the end, but Cloud9 was able to hold on.
Again, Squishy's defense has been key for me, James, in this series so far. He's not only cut everything off that G2 have tried to break out of midfield on, but he also had 3 saves out of the 4 from Cloud9 in game number 3.
And that last save, probably the most important one.
The biggest one.
Getting in that shooting lane very quickly to deny it, gets the save off to the side.
So now if you're G2, how do you stop it? Do you try to take him out of the play? You just maybe shorter passes, maybe try a solo effort down the field. I mean, there's plenty of things that G2 can try. But Cloud9 have made every single thing they have so far tough.
Well, it just seems like G2 has been a little bit on edge because of how good Cloud9's counterattack has been. G2 just needs to commit to those attacks, commit to the passing plays, try to force Cloud9 to make a mistake, and play that speed and possession game that they have been playing that's been working for them. Don't hesitate. Don't give Cloud9 that space, because that's when they become deadly.
Game number 4 underway. G2 in a need of a win to force game 5. Rizzo high off the corner. Squishy will catch and throw it out towards midfield. Chicago winning that one, but Gimmick close behind. Squishy just trying to get in Rizzo's way, maybe a bump. But Rizzo and JKnaps back over to Chicago. G2. Chicago taking point to take the boost away from Squishy. Squishy still able to handle it, but he's slow to the ball. Gimmick can't get it off the backboard. Shot blocked by Gimmick. It hit right into Chicago, but it goes up high and away. Somehow Cloud9, are they over? Are they done? No, G2 blocked again by Squishy. Torment with the follow-up. Unbelievable.
Even when G2 is doing exactly what they need to with the boost stealing, the shots, Cloud9 still managing to keep that ball out of the net.
Gimmick trying to make the read hard in midfield, banged off the backboard. JKnaps up for this quickly. Gimmick waiting for it. Torment gonna take it anyway. Squishy. Back to that side. G2 looking for something in the corner. JKnaps in midfield will get back to his own touch. That shot will be right into Torment. So Cloud9 still having to handle business in the blue half. They've done well so far, but how long could so far be, James, when G2 have this amount of pressure? Will they crack?
But we know that Cloud9 has that counterattack capability in them. So regardless of whether G2's had the most pressure or not, this game could still go either way, and this is to make it to day 3 of DreamHack Dallas. A lot on the line. Ball out into the middle for Gimmick, and a save from G2.
JKnaps picks this up, fighting Torment in midfield. Chicago flipping quickly to it, but Squishy's got him beat by a mile. Torment wants the touchdown. He gets it anyway. Gimmick wide of the net. Squishy can't follow it up. G2 hang on and go the other way. Rizzo's shot forces Torment up. Rizzo wants to take it. He can't. Blocked. Chicago caught by Torment. JKnaps harassed by Gimmick from behind. Gimmick still. JKnaps wins the bout. Midfield, Chicago can't pick it up. Cloud9 will take it in midfield.
The quality of the Cloud9 rotations is what's keeping their defense alive despite being so low on boost all the time. But there's no room for mistakes for Cloud9. Double demo coming out there.
And Torment just pitch it high to the opposite side of midfield. JKnaps against Gimmick, and a crucial clear from Squishy forces all of G2 back on this on the backboard. Chicago looking for a quick transition, which Gimmick denies. Cloud9's corner. How does Torment take this out? Kicks it over Rizzo. JKnaps cuts it off in midfield. Fighting against Squishy. JKnaps! Up high, G2!
JKnaps with the knapsack play, getting the dunk, reading Squishy, and just powering through. G2 staying alive, but they got to hold on for a minute 36.
An incredible shot from JKnaps. But Cloud9 can fight back in a flurry. Gimmick off the backboard, looking for Torment, and he's got him. And Cloud9 took 8 seconds, James. Tie game.
The immediate response, Gimmick launching that one over in Chicago with the slight misread. That allows the ball to come out to Torment, who was in the perfect position to put a shot on net. He does that, and Torment continuing to score for Cloud9.
G2, a chance to feel good about themselves, and now they have to score it again. JKnaps cut off by Gimmick on the play. Gimmick Waiting to see where Rizzo was going to go. Coming back quickly was JNAV off that touch from Rizzo. Gimmick keeps this in. G2's rotations on defense, chaos right now. JNAV's trying to slow things down. Gimmick up, can't get there in time. And Torment up high against the back wall. Squishy's there, off the ceiling, and it still bounces straight up. Well, James, we saw Squishy during league play hit a shot very similar to the one he almost had there. Couldn't come away with it. Gimmick, a high ball is knocked away by Rizzo.
And that was a close call for G2. Torment at 0 boost. He can't control himself in the air like that. He had to helplessly watch as that ball bounced up high right next to him.
Good pass from G2, at least gets it out. Chicago, cut off by Gimmick. And G2 just haven't been able to find a ton of room against Cloud9. But G2, some of these touches really out into space. Here's a pass to Squishy, up high. 2 players bite on G2 in the net, slow on front of the line. G2 still in trouble. Can they get this clear? And they put it away from Cloud9. Don't test the rebound. We got OT.
And this is for day 3 qualification. If Cloud9 can get this goal here, they will move on in the tournament.
JNAPs up high off the ceiling. If G2 win, we go to game 5. Something that they're probably more than comfortable with at this point. Rizzo. JNAPs having to play the hit on the Gimmick. He has that read. JNAPs to Chicago, but Squishy already up. And Rizzo high up for this and comes straight back down in the corner to challenge it. Gimmick back to Squishy. Cloud9 not allowing that shot. Not allowing anything to really turn into one. Rizzo from midfield gets a read against Gimmick. Opposite side. Here's JNAPs off the backboard. Torment around midfield gives to Chicago. Now back to Rizzo. Torment turns it away. Midfield, it's Squishy's. He picks this up back to G2's corner. Chicago, pass long across over to Rizzo, and G2 don't spend any time in their half. Torment fighting for this, and it's just been a battle back and forth. No one winning consistently on either side right now in this overtime. Squishy winning once there. Rizzo lost to Gimmick. JNAP having to handle this off the back wall, and he does well for Chicago to help.
Not in the middle, though.
Not over yet. Squishy tees it up high, and he can't get back to it. Chicago, a crucial clear.
And they have just been vying for control. Not much offense so far. It's been just a struggle in the midfield, but now things starting to get juicy.
Over to the corner. JNAP looked like he might have had a play on the ball on the pass from Rizzo. Now he's going to take this. No, he doesn't have Rizzo. It's cut off by Gimmick. Torment around the corner. Chicago can't get in the way. And Squishy has to give way for JNAP. Back to Chicago. And Cloud9's third. Rizzo demoed, and no follow-up will come for G2, having to play it from midfield. Chicago gets back to his own touch, working his way by one, gets by Squishy for Rizzo. The shot blocked off the pass from JNAP. Still, G2 coming fast back to midfield. Chicago, the shot blocked by Gimmick. And Squishy takes point here for Cloud9. Following it through, that shot gonna be wide and met nicely by JNAP. Stopped by Torment in midfield. Gimmick keeps it high, back to his own touch, follows it through. Torment wants it, denied by Rizzo. Squishy up, shot just high. Rizzo plays it out to the corner anyway.
So some good chances on offense by Cloud9, but now G2 back at it. They've been continuing to keep that possession, but Cloud9's been a brick wall.
Torment. Oh, midfield, that's not going to be anyone for Cloud9. Rizzo getting in the face of Gimmick. JNAP shoots and scores! G2 force game 5!
G2 and game 5. Name a more iconic duo, Jorby.
There is none in Rocket League. G2 had to throw everything at Cloud9. And credit to G2, even in that overtime, and this goal right here.
That touch right there from Rizzo.
Beautiful.
Gimmick would have had the save. And not only does Rizzo retain possession for G2, he just has the pass right to his teammate to get that game winner. JNAP's getting both goals for G2. What a setup.
What is it? 8 saves for Cloud9. And they had to play that much defense. They hadn't registered more than 3 shots more than halfway through regulation in that game. And then they just really couldn't get back on their footing. And it felt like Cloud9 had started to win everything. And you're like, okay, it's only a matter of time now. Cloud9 are going to score. But no, G2, they really handled business well. A lot of solid clears off their back wall and just great touches, great passes across their own back wall to get it out, either bite an attacker to give themselves a breakaway opportunity. And credit to Cloud9 for being able to stay firm in those situations, but eventually they cracked. G2.
Yeah, it has not been that. We haven't seen a ton of defensive mistakes from Cloud9. That's what's been keeping him in it. On defense, the rotations have been very solid, challenging those shooting lanes quickly, intercepting the passes as much as they can. But G2 has just been able to keep the possession and stay in the Cloud9 half, get shot after shot, and eventually G2 just finds their way through. They did it that game, and now we're in the final game of the series. This is for day 3 qualification.
G2 fans everywhere, they ask why, G2? Why must you make it this way? And they say, this is why!
Rizzo, 6 seconds in, self-pass off the corner, gets the read right over Torment in net. And that's what G2 needed. Rizzo delivers.
Fireworks for G2 in the opening seconds of Game 5. Off the kickoff, Cloud9. The last time G2 scored first, they responded in 8 seconds.
And it has not been a high-scoring affair. Each goal coming at a premium.
Cloud9. Gimmick bumped on this, trying to get back. And he can't. And we talked a lot about Cloud9's defense, but G2 as well. Just keeping Cloud9 at bay. This one across the box. Gimmick able to turn behind it. Rizzo off the corner. Chicago having to stop on his way up. The Torment kicks this out to Squishy. And Cloud9 on the transition. Won't get a quick chance at the net.
Lovely defensive play by JNaps. That light touch in the corner. And then getting it by that second defender. Allowing his team to get that counterattack going.
Yeah, he played it out to the corner that time, knowing that the net was covered, trying to get an opportunity. JNaps' shot blocked by Gimmick. Chicago off the ceiling. Does he have that? No, taken away by Squishy. JNaps pops this up off the ground, trying to muscle his way through, and Gimmick takes it away.
He was trying to position himself to get the dunk, to power it through. No one came up and challenged him. But JNaps, you can tell he's confident.
He plays this out across the back wall. Midfield again, Chicago's there. JNaps gonna be tough doing for a Gimmick as he takes the shot from midfield. Pass from Torment is good.
And it's something we've seen over and over and over again. Torment finding Gimmick, who's in the middle of the field, and Gimmick just putting a banger on target, tying it up for Cloud9.
So Cloud9 eventually do respond. G2 have to take that lead back, and Cloud9 just want to continue the road. They had this series on match point in the last game. They could have closed it out and already been moving on to day 3. Instead, they have to fight just to get there the whole distance.
And this is, it's been an emotionally draining and physically draining series going to Game 5, multiple overtimes, back and forth, a brawl, but only one team's gonna walk out of here with a W. G2 and Cloud9 making it a spectacle for us.
Rizzo picks this up, makes at least a touch. Gimmick and Squishy both up for it. Torment, he wins that cleanly just high on the backboard, and it's meant and taken away by JNaps. You heard the crowd. They felt like that ball had potential heading towards the net. Straight off the ceiling, JNaps playing the bully on Gimmick, but Gimmick gets the clear, and it's cut off by Rizzo. Another double commit by Squishy and Gimmick. Taken up in midfield. Rizzo taking this as the third man. Up and blocked again by Torment. 2 minutes to go. G2, Chicago bumping one out of the way. Rizzo blocked by Gimmick. And JNaps having to play against Torment. He hits it right into Gimmick. G2 now having to play scorched earth on their way back, trying to take the boost, just finding touches, buying their team some time, and it pays off the back wall. No shot. And Gimmick clears it away.
And we'll see if this Cloud9 counterattack can find a moment to really take root.
We really haven't seen that counterattack since game 2.
But there we go, another infield pass. Torment and Gimmick. These guys have been finding each other all series, almost finding each other there for a goal.
Rizzo has this off wide and is blocked. Trying to get wide at Gimmick to find the post. He couldn't. JNaps keeps the play off the backboard. Shot on target. Oh my goodness, Squishy Muffins!
Oh, Squishy missed the first read, but made up for it with that second effort.
60 seconds left on the clock. Rizzo off the back wall. Taken away by Gimmick again. Incredible effort by Squishy to keep this game tied. Chicago takes out Squishy on the play. A little petty revenge for that last save, which would have given G2 the lead. JNaps there against Torment. Chicago plays it out to the side, getting back to his touch against Gimmick, which really is crucial. Gimmick wins that challenge. G2 could have been in trouble, but instead, it's JNaps headed the other way. This time, turned out.
That demo, taking out Squishy, still low on boost. And with the demo, it's going to be a challenging situation here for G2. They're going to be able to get some quality moments here.
Rizzo on that challenge off the ceiling. And Gimmick back over to Squishy. Cloud9. Again, the defense has been solid, but how long can it hold? Less than 10 seconds. Chicago up high against the back wall. Off the ceiling. Once JNaps, he picks this up. He has Rizzo on the wing deep. Rizzo jumps, and it's blocked. We got OT game 5, James.
It's all coming down to this one goal. All that separates Cloud9 and G2 from a presence in day 3.
Gimmick carrying this out. Can G2 take down their foes here and move to day 3? Chicago. The back pass over to Rizzo, and Gimmick wants to play this out. Back out to midfield. The shot just wide of the net. It was just behind the third. Rizzo keeps it in play. Torment. He has that clear route. The Squishy just getting in the way. Torment bump JNaps. Gimmick shoots, and he scores! They take down G2! The monsters of game 5 have been slain!
The Cloud9 counterattack proves to be too much for G2. Gimmick, a lightning rod, able to lead Cloud9 to this victory with goal after goal. Gimmick, he's been the man for Cloud9.
There has been one play. We're going to see a couple of the highlights that gave Cloud9 the win. There's the shot by Gimmick, but there's
and the pass from Torment.
One play, James, that matters in that game 5, and it's that save from Squishy off the backboard, off the shot from Chicago.
That could have gone so differently.
That would have been a goal.
I mean, Squishy, he actually had trouble reading the first ball going off the backboard, but recovered so well. That's something Squishy is so good at, is recovering. That was a world-class recovery, but Torment and Gimmick, those two connecting on offense. What a series that was.
G2 fall to the lower bracket. Can they make it to day 3? We got plenty more action coming at you. We'll be back after the break.